One of the key components of identifying innovative financing is to find ways to create revenue streams from different assets that serve the purpose of creating the outcomes identified. Each of the case studies this week will show you ways that the organizations thought through their resources and how best to use them. The key question to ask is, what assets do you already have, and what activities are you already doing? Are you creating value? And if so, for whom, and are they paying for it? You might think that your assets are limited to what is in your bank account. This is not true at all. There are many other assets that can be utilized and monetized more effectively. Some assets are often forgotten when doing an evaluation of resources. These include things such as support by and engagement from local communities, connections with government and other organizations. If you are a social enterprise, you might think you have two options for revenue streams: sell a service or sell a product. If you are a nonprofit, you might believe your revenue streams are limited to fundraising grants. If you're a government or a development funder or a corporate, you might think you only had your annual department budget as a revenue stream. If you are an impact investor, you might consider only the management fee from your limited partners to be your revenue. And yet, there are a lot more options than you think. As an organization or project that is focused on social impact, you are hopefully creating value for many stakeholders, including your local and international community, government, businesses, and the list goes on. Additionally, as a social organization or project, you're hopefully measuring your impact too. This means you're able to demonstrate the value you're creating for different stakeholders. So, you should consider how to monetize some of this value that you are creating and measuring. In order to unlock resources, one of the things you can utilize is a third-party payer. This is an entity that is willing to pay for the value you are already creating. This might be a government, a corporate, or an investor. It might be in the form of outcome payments, which we'll discuss later, or subsidizing the sale of a product or service due to the desire to increase the pace of adoption of that service. For example, if you create and distribute renewable energy, your economics might not work in rural areas, but you could identify third-party payers like local governments, nonprofits, development organizations, or corporates that are interested in communities having access to energy. The important thing to remember is that each of those entities have their own mandates. For instance, for a development mandate of a government, nonprofit, or development organization, an important question to ask would: how would subsidizing your product be more effective than a program to give it away? For a corporate, some of the questions you might want to ask: how would subsidizing your product help them open up new markets? Would people be able to use their cell phones more if they had access to energy? If they are able to improve their livelihoods, would they have more purchasing power? How much could that branding be worth to them?